London game. We're telling the story of Sir Christopher, Sextus, and Thomas. So let's remember where we last left off, right?
We finally caught up with Sri Sansa, and surprise, surprise! He didn't want to give us a ring.
Indeed.
I mean, why would the region of Gondor give Gondor back to Aragorn? I mean,
Indeed.
yeah.
So let's head
Why?
back to Osterley, right? Uh, right where we actually left. Well, that's actually a lie. We were en route. We were not in Osterley, so you have been spoiled. Um, Now, you remember the last time you caught Sri Sansa just before he left. His intention was to get away from you because when you actually laid your eyes upon him, you both, well, both sides that is, experienced something rather unique, right? If
There was the
Mhm.
memoriam that we went through.
Indeed, correct. And that memoriam concerned Sri Sansa's induction to the cult of Mithras. Hmm? Now you all saw that happening. Hmm? You even met the keeper of the Elysium just before she got turned into a vampire. Now you remember that particular night during which Sri Sansa was approached by one cultist named Abraham Mellon, and he offered to induct him in the cult. Now, long story short, Sri Sansa
Sri
became,
Sansa wants out.
yes, he became a custodian of the Ruby Ring, and he had been entrusted that artifact by Mithras himself, and now Sri Sansa needs out. Now, when Sextus managed to catch Sri Sansa whilst he was escaping, he kinda acquiesced to parlay with you, and for that particular reason, his taxi, your taxi, since all four of you are in the same vehicle, you are headed towards a particular place called the Subtle Spice. Again, it's in Southall in London, and it is quite of a luxurious venue. One would get there by through an elevator, and from the private room you got a perfect vantage point to almost the entirety of the region of the district. Now, as you enter, you are greeted by waiters, by the waiting staff, and they also greet Sri Sansa on a name basis. He is famous here. Good afternoon, good eve, good eve. All the waiters are courteous, and Sri answers back in tandem. Then you notice that the first floor is populated by so many people, but you are led to a particular elevator. And then Sri shows you in, pushes the button, and you get to a floor that is only unlocked by the use of a key. It feels quite of a vengeful approach for such a Tremere person. And as the doors slide open, then you behold what you see in front of you just now. Everything is on point, even the fake flowers. Now Sri turns to look at you, and with a wry smile, he motions for you to be seated to your chair, one of those chairs. Around that black marble table, Now,
I will admit, dear Sri Sansa, this place is beautiful. Why have you been hiding it from us?
three motions and waves a bit dismissive. Well, he waves his head negatively, as in wealth is not to be flaunted; it is to be used.
What?
Wealth is not to be flaunted; it is to be used.
I
Consider.
agree completely. And you have, if this place is indeed yours, then my congratulations on a job well done. This place is beautiful.
Thank you. This is the very first venue that my great great grandfather opened here. And this was the first place where I actually started my my work. This was my first London job, and I'm quite proud of it. And that's why I consider this as my den, a place where we can have our peace and quiet whilst we conduct our talk.
Ah,
Please,
I see.
now,
You do
unlike,
surround
go on, sorry.
you do surround yourself with taste. My respect.
A little much for my taste, but my sire would love it.
Now he smiles, and then, with a nod, he accepts all the praise that you give him. In fact, in fact, people, can you please roll? So the two of you that you have talked, can you please roll your charisma plus persuasion, just to give us a hunch as of what's going on?
Hmm.
Now, before you proceed with a roll, we need to recover our willpower. So please regain
Alright.
back as much willpower as you resolve or composure, whichever is the highest. And after you do that, please calibrate your desire as well.
I will not change my desire. It's still to recover the artifact from Sri Sansa.
Excellent.
That's nice. Oh,
Excellent.
yeah. No, I'm keeping mine right now as well.
Excellent. So keeping tabs on what's going on.
Uh, do we get any bonus dice for beautiful status or whatever?
Always. When rolling your charisma or your persuasion, you get your beautiful dice.
uh, I think the one that I've got is only on the intimidation rolls. I'm gonna double check. Hey.
Give me a moment because I don't even remember what I've got. Lol. Beautiful. Yeah, okay. Target number?
There's no target number. You are setting the difficulty for
Ah,
free.
okay.
Yeah. And we can use that.
Jesus!
Would semblance of the Methuselah work on Sri Sansa?
Ah. So what was the question? Sorry.
Would semblance of the Methuselah work on Sri Sansa? Because I know it's more, that one's more kindred oriented than kind oriented.
Semblance of the Methuselah. You mean? Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course it would. Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 2 extra. That and then plus you. Roll. Only 5 on my part, but still crit.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, you have both succeeded in that. Yeah, you have left quite an impression to the Elder. Both of you have achieved the critical win, which implies that the Elder raises his eyebrow in amazement. He didn't know you actually had it within you to give such a praise and an albeit a truthful one. Now, as soon as you are done, Christopher, you feel your beast fueling your every words, all your entire words. Immediately, your arrogance starts emanating from that hidden lair within you, and your compulsion kicks in. You are aware of your compulsion. You have to force someone to obey one of your commands, and not through any means such supernatural, such as dominate. Until you satisfy this requirement, you will get you will receive a two dice penalty to any actions not directly related to leadership.
Hmm. Okay.
And that's because your beast realized that all these words, with the glibness of your tongue, and the way that you said all those things, you impressed the elder in such a way that you actually deserve some praise. And so, people, Sextus and Thomas, you do realize that Sir Christopher immediately adopts a rather different visage. His his eyes darken a bit. He is still beautiful, right? But he becomes more bestial, imperial, should we say?
Hmm.
Now,
Thomas is just gonna roll his eyes internally.
mm,
Fucking Ventrue.
you can be seated onto onto these chairs. They also have a cushion, and the cushion is actually actually has that Indian pattern on it, right? That Hindu pattern on it. It's some sort of a Punjabi knitwork. Again, I mentioned that the flowers are plastic, and as soon as you sit around, you only start to realize that goes to you, Sextus, that this place can be quite luxurious, but it is quite banal. Now, the Ventru and other people would uh, beg to differ, but you notice some things that really strike you quite oddly in this place. Again, the plastic flowers. I keep on mentioning that, and even the pictures printed and hanging from the wall. They are printed, and if you heighten your senses, you would only notice the pixelated artwork in those pictures. Some things are meant to impress, but clearly you are not impressed tonight in this particular
No,
place.
not at all.
Now, did I mention that the place, the venue, is called the Subtle Spice? It is supposed to be a highbrow restaurant in Southall. In fact, it also caters to various different events. It is also spearheading um, an organization that is linked to the. It's spearheading the efforts of the public library that Sri Sansa is a patron of. So everything feels kind of connected. Now he motions for you to be seated. If you're seated, then he will just adjust his seat, his chair, and he'll start talking to you, mentioning that he wants to give you the ring. Do not get me wrong. I do not want to keep this heirloom any longer. Some things are meant to be granted back, given back to the ones who need it. But that is my main worry. Why would you need such a crystal? Is anyone amongst you willing to parley with the man? quickly take a look here.
I'll start. Give me a moment though. In all honesty, I'm not entirely sure what gathering Mithras' artifacts is supposed to achieve.
He nods. I understand that it is a conundrum. Why would you need to gather all these artifacts also eludes myself? I only remember that time when Mithras granted me the artifact. He mentioned that I should keep it close to myself and not use it for no other purpose. For no purpose at all. And now that I felt the need to distance myself from those cultist trappings, you appeared. You crossed my threshold. And I don't judge you. I only find this quite convenient. A rather convenient
And
coincidence, don't you think?
was it also a convenient coincidence that Mithras was killed recently? Weirdly enough, this is indeed just a coincidence. We were not aware of
Buddy.
your desire to abandon our brotherhood. But I will not judge you for this. People can change even one's status may change. That's okay. If you do want to leave the cult, that will not change anything. Not in how we shall treat you. The mission is simple, Sri. You were entrusted with the safekeeping of an artifact. Now, the one that entrusted you with this artifact requires its return. It's as simple as that.
He looks at all you three. It feels that something is holding Sri back. Why won't he just give you the damn artifact, right? Fine. I guess then that this is my time. I will need to part with the artifact. But I urge you to think twice. Think this twice. I understand that you have a passion for that entity, Mithras. But please do not delude yourself. He can come and collect his dues. Do not follow a man idly just because I'm barking on the wrong tree, am I not?
Babis, can you repeat your last, please?
I'm barking at the wrong tree, am I not? You already have made up your mind.
Regrettably, we have. And this is not an opinion that will be changed lightly.
I will admit to a curiosity. Why is you so hesitant? Do you
Why?
feel like you've told us the entire story of why you do not want to turn over your artifact.
What does the ring mean to you, Sri? Why do you keep it as close? You used it, didn't you?
He nods. He nods negatively. No, I did not use it. I wanted to, and I would also feel the urge to, but I did not use it. But I don't know if by parting with it, the voices will be gone. Still, I appreciate the fact that someone needs to alleviate that curse from me now. It just feels that it would be the wrong move. Anyway,
Why?
he looks at you, Sir Christopher, because if you allow your devotion and said passion of for Mithras to consume you, then the ring will undo you entirely. Did you know that its origin? Do you know of its origin? That
Uh, give me a moment. We were told something about the ring. Give me a moment. No, we are not aware of its provenance.
this artifact is an artifact of treason. It feeds on treachery. It's not a coincidence that you crossed my threshold and demanded having it after Mithras was gone. Rumor has it
But
that Mithras vanished, but in true honesty, Mithras was betrayed. He has so many enemies out there, and most of them profess their devotion to him. So do you see why it is important that you keep a clear head, that you do not succumb to this meaningless feeling?
so that's why he entrusted it to you. Long
You
as he succeed.
you have much wisdom for those 70 years of torpor you went under.
The
Why?
70 years of torpor was supposed to be more. It was supposed to be longer. We were brought back because Mithras, as you say, vanished.
Hmm. He beholds each and every one of you, and then his eyes rest on the Sextus. Insofar, he didn't hear her talking at all. Now, why did Mithras choose you then? You are the one who's awfully quiet.
Can you all hear me? I did.
We
Go
can
on.
sort of hear you now, but I'm not sure that everything you said came through.
That's very annoying. Um,
Ah,
yeah, I talked earlier, and I thought you'd responded to me.
Yeah, just once, right? No, he
Yeah.
heard you. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, but since you kept silent ever since, and I mean before that, he wanted to pick your mind as well.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? I got distracted by my microphone.
Yeah. Sri Sansa said, "Why did Mithras trust you from all those people? You have kept awfully quiet. Don't you wish to get your Lord's artifact as well?"
He chose me because I know how to maintain my silence. I know how to keep a secret, to keep my counsel. I have a desire for his artifacts, his return. But I don't need to make it in a pronouncement. I simply need to be.
I understand. Well, I will not be keeping you waiting then. I guess that you need to take that ring and go. I will unburden myself and I will put it to your hands. But please keep it away from myself. But I would love something in return. One favor that only you can grant. In the next night, my family and I consider moving out of here, back to Punjab. Now, I would love for that to be done seamlessly. We want to get out of London because the nights are growing darker as we talk. And since you are getting closer to fulfilling your goal, I don't want to be around when this happens. So, what do you say?
So I would actually like to use my new power at this point,
Mm-hmm,
Heart Like Bear.
mm-hmm,
It costs a rouse check,
mm-hmm,
and then it is in a post roll,
mm-hmm,
intelligence plus aspects versus composure plus subterfuge.
mm-hmm.
Um, and in this case, she's looking for his fears,
Mm-hmm.
what he wants to move out.
Mm-hmm.
The margin determines how detailed her information is.
Okay. And what happens if you get a success? How many successes do you need to get some extra things?
So a one or two successes is a general notion.
Mm-hmm.
3 to 5, it's fairly specific, and 6+ is you get a clear picture.
Mm. Okay. Got it. Excellent. So you are gonna be rolling against Shree's Composer plus Aptitude, right? So
Yes.
for that, okay, I'm gonna be rolling for him.
Get hungrier. Ooh, I need to feed. And then I'm rolling 6 dice.
So okay. So we got 3 successes. You got 4 successes. Now, feel free to describe your power activating and bypassing Shree's very defenses. Describe it as vividly as you want. What happens now?
He sits there, looks him in the eyes, and starts talking. But it's not a simple conversation. It's pointed. It's very direct. It's almost probing questions as to why he wants to leave.
And as you address those
It's not very.
questions, go on, go on.
Yeah.
Go on,
It starts off
apologies.
with very simple.
Mhm.
Yeah, it starts with very simple. Why? You need us to secure your safety. Why? What is it about the coming nights that make you so fearful?
As you
And she'll
Mhm. Go on,
and she'll
go
keep asking questions like that until
Mhm.
and there's this subtle sense
Mhm.
building up behind his eyes that something is being used, something is picking his brain.
Mhm. So as you address the questions and you attune your senses to those things that cannot be perceived with the eyes, but only with the gift of Auspex, you realize from Sri's words that his fear stems from Mithras's disappearance. He believes that Mithras can return, and he has there is a relief in his heart that Mithras is not around. He believes that the shattering of the pyramid, that's what that's what he has in mind, right? I don't know if this is public knowledge to you or not, but he feels that now that the pyramid has been shattered, now that the Chantry of Vienna has been destroyed, his his connection to the cult, his bond to the cult will be brought to the fore once more. Now serving the Mithrite cult dealt a serious blow to Sri's humanity. And now what he tries to do is just distance himself from all of these things. He has created an empire and he feels that he has created that empire. There are so many people that adore Sri and his fortune telling business, and they read his books because he's an author, and they also trust his uh, his talent because he's a medium, and he's trying to lay low, and not adhere to his vampiric side and ethics. But now he only wants to distance himself from that entire thing. And you coming here and start preaching about Mithras only makes that rich Punjabi man worry that all of whatever he has built insofar will be for naught.
I see. I cannot say you are wrong to worry, and yet I fear you must offer us this artifact anyways. I fear you must take your leave of the city as you intend to. I see no reason why we cannot facilitate these desires, Sir Christopher, Thomas. What say you?
Thomas or Christopher, will you indulge in Elder's escape plan?
It will not be the first time, will it?
I think as long as we get the ring in the end, it doesn't really matter which way he goes.
It sounds like we have an accord.
Excellent, mentions Sri, exclaims Sri. Then I will I will give this to you. I never expected that this day would have come. Of course, the ring is not with me. My trusted advisor has it. And then as he talks to you, you see you hear his phone ringing. He got a message. He's looking at the message. Mhm. It looks like we need to have a detour. Now, please pardon that interjection, but it looks like there is an issue that I need to take care of. You have been asleep for 70 years or so. Some things have changed in our own life. And the most important one was that our very, our very clan's headquarters were destroyed by the hunters. Hunters. Second Inquisition hunters. The progeny of the Society of Leopold. Do you even remember what those hunters can do?
We do not have to remember. We are, let us say, acutely aware of what they are capable of because we were bearing the brunt of it when a dear queen was. Yes, Sri, we are aware. Acutely so.
Then you'll need to understand that we need to stop by Blue Lounge, a locale nearby. I need to conduct a meeting with one of my fellow clansmates. In the meantime, you can arrange to them the thing that we discussed. Provide myself and my family a safe route out of here. There's no need for you to lead us to escort us to India. I will take it from there. Just make sure that we cross the city's borders, and that's it. I will not need anything further from you.
Who would want to stop you?
That's a very good question. But allow me to keep it a secret. And as he says
Eh,
that, Sextus, you do feel, from the power that you invoke, you do feel that there is a lingering fear that that which source cannot be revealed. It feels that Sri is afraid of something else, much stronger, than he is afraid of Mithras returning. And it has to do with the global, the global news, the global events. Now I will try to be as vague as possible, but this thing does not stem from London.
That's
So,
interesting.
after conducting
Uh,
the talk, go on, go on.
Before they leave, Sextus is going to ask. Apologies, Sri. I find myself a touch peckish. Would you have any refreshments available?
Please do excuse myself. Please do excuse me, but in the subtle spice, no kindred can feed in this locale. I'm sure you understand, and I want to avoid any sort of happenstance, okay?
I do understand, yes.
But you have my permission to hunt throughout Southwark.
Thank you. We shall need resources if we are to assist you in your endeavor.
Please be advised that Southall is abundant with Duskborn, the Thin Bloods. Please do not interact with them. Try to stay away from their crosshairs as much as possible. They can be quite unpredictable and even more dangerous.
Understood.
Make every effort.
So, to the task at hand.
So the elder stands up and will ask of you to escort him to the taxi, if you so like. He, as he mentioned, he will be visiting the Blue Lounge, the place you were there before. But unless you feel like you don't want to, accompany him, you can carry on doing something else, and then you can convene at his house.
We do need to feed. And I would say rather urgently.
Hmm. Can you afford taking your eyes off of the elder, even for a scene?
I don't think we can, but the need to feed is very real.
Hmm.
That's a $1 million question. He is. I don't know, but he feels steeped in treachery, even though he tries to avoid it like the plague.
He did. Sorry.
No worries.
Did say the ring feeds on treachery, which makes me wonder that if even if it's just in proximity, it doesn't have to be warned to do so, which makes me kind of wary. What hunger are you guys at?
4.
I am also at 4.
Well, I'm also at 4. What, you guys go. I'll stick with Sri Sansa. I'll figure out a way to feed later.
Do you feel confident doing that, Thomas?
If he tries to run, I can break a limb.
Okay then. So the need to feed is very real. Let's go.
Gonna need
Let's
feed.
let's go have you feed them, people. However, Thomas, you'll be escorting the elder to that blue lounge. So is it safe to assume that you are gonna be entering that scene with him? By the way, Christopher and Sextus, feel free to participate in that scene, even though you're not physically there. You can still give your, your input, insight, words of insight and advice for Thomas to follow, right? Now, Christopher and Sextus, I understand that you're gonna be feeding with your very unique style, right? It's gonna be bar hopping, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Um, Even though it feels quite vulgar, it is quite of a necessity that you have to roll, right? And since we're all going out, to feed and whatnot, we're gonna be resolving that with a single roll. We're not gonna be entering a scene where you get to hunt, unless you object.
I am very much okay with that. Let's make it quick. We have more important things to address.
What
Excellent,
he said.
excellent. So, um, we're gonna start with Sextus. Now, feel free to let us know how you hunt and where you go, and then roll and give us your result. Describe the
She doesn't have time for a full-on Osiris hunt.
result.
She's just going to go with someone at the bar who's willing.
And without flirting as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, should we say charisma plus persuasion or subterfuge? You
Sounds
pick it. Yeah,
persuasion.
persuasion. You're not
And
tricking
I'm
them.
assuming
You're just alluring enough, aren't you?
I'm assuming being beautiful counts.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
All
When
right.
charisma or persuasion is brought to the role, you can always include your beautifulness.
Okay. Difficulty of 2.
Difficulty of
3.
four. Four.
Okay.
Oh, not only a success, but it's a messy critical. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. Should we just add a compulsion to that thing? What do you think?
Why not?
Why not? Okay, feel free to describe the incident as as much as you want, and then please apply the dominance compulsion. I want you to feel competitive. I want you to feel that you want to challenge, not only challenge the authority, right? But also seek to establish your dominance. Gloat as much as you want and suffer a -2 dice penalty until you've beaten someone in a way and gloated over it.
She goes to the bar, and she's not intending to find someone already taken,
Mhm.
and yet she finds all eyes are on her.
Mhm.
She can't help it if someone's boyfriend is entranced. She can't help it if he dances a little too close.
Mhm.
She can't help it if her teeth sink into his neck as she watches, disguised as a hickey, of course.
Mhm.
It's not her fault. What he
Indeed.
wants is not her girlfriend, not his girlfriend.
Indeed, it's not your fault at all, Sextus. But you are better no matter what. So please proceed without hunting. Well, you succeeded, obviously. Please lower your hunger by 2 or by 3. If you wish to lower it by 3, I'm gonna be rolling a dice to see whether that person survives or not.
I think I can get away with just 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's-
Excellent.
Yeah, just 2.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now that your obsession is alive and kicking, I want you to feel that you actually entered Sri Sansa's territory. You chose one of his kind, and you made him yours. If only you had much more time to actually enjoy and bask at that thing even more. Now it only made you feel that you can get what you want and what you need. Please remember that when you meet Sri Sansa in the next scene. It will be quite awesome to see you trying to overpower the elder, socially at least. But I can't blame you. It's
This
your
will go
beast.
well.
It's only your beast that needs to satiate its own craving for power. Now, having mentioned that, if you want to actually add something to that, by all means, do. Otherwise, we will proceed to Chris.
There's nothing to add at this moment. Not
Mhm.
until she sees Sri, I don't think.
Excellent. Now, Sir Christopher, you wanted to feed.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm. How and what role are we talking
Hmm. Honestly, let's make it easy. Let's find a rather nice piano bar
about?
and attract someone.
Mhm. Excellent.
Maybe even 2 people, if that's at all possible, because I'm quite hungry.
Okay. Okay. So is it gonna be kissing and touching and all the sexual stuff?
Of course.
Excellent. So let's proceed with that. This seduction role is gonna be. Are you a siren, by the way?
Oh yes.
Excellent. So please then roll your charisma plus subterfuge. If you want to use persuasion and seduction or subterfuge and seduction, it's your call.
I will go for persuasion because that's
Mhm.
where I actually have the specialty in seduction, weirdly
Excellent.
enough.
Excellent.
So this is charisma plus persuasion. Where is it? I'm also going to add my beautiful dice in this one.
Excellent.
And then I'm going to how do I reduce my dice pool? Just like that. I still reduce my dice pool by 2, correct?
Correct. Until
Oh.
you have your arrogance be resolved.
Okay. So let's go for it. Difficulty is 4.
Indeed.
Well, I've got willpower.
Mhm.
Oh, what the actual?
It's okay. You got a success. Just a success.
Well, you know what? I am going to willpower this. God, I hope this works. Yeah, I'm going hungry.
So, Christopher, have you ever felt scorned or neglected? This is the time. Not even the kind would get close to you. You would just try to, use your pickup lines and, pick one or two people to follow you to the dark room or anything, but that's not happening.
Jesus Christ.
You are losing precious time, Sir Christopher, as it takes you quite much. Now, from what it looks like, you either have to skip another scene and try again, or just, skip the blue lamp scene and then reconvene with your pottery later on. I will give you some time to think this through, right? But again, as players, you are free to join Thomas Wilkins as he enters the Blue Monsoon Lounge with Sri Sansa by his side. Now you do remember the lounge. It is like a piano bar, a blues bar. This is a place where the kindred of Southall hung out. When I say kindred, I mean the ones who don't have baby teeth, the ones who are not duskborn. Here we are talking about proper kindred, right? The ones whose blood can manifest the gift of Cain properly. Now Sri Sansa leads the way as you follow suit, Thomas. And then you both see Aise. You remember her. You remember the last time that you had a small talk with her, the Tremere witch.
Right, she's the one that told us where to find Sri.
Mm. As he finds her, as he points her at the crowd, he immediately leads you close. They greet each other, good eve, good eve, and then Aise looks quite frozen when she looks at you. Are you by any chance interested for to check what that might be for?
I'm sorry, one more time, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Are you interested to check out why she feels that way? I mean, she immediately she immediately looked like she was ambushed by you being there. Do you want to
Sure.
roll an insight probably to
Yeah, insight and wits.
insight and wits?
Wits, okay. You got a target number?
The target number for that should be 3.
Oof. Damn, do I risk it and go to 5 or? Yeah, fuck it, we ball. I'll rouse. Just give a little extra here.
Wishing you all the best. 3, you got it.
Indeed.
Did you rouse the blood for that? Yes. Ooh.
I did.
Ooh.
So she's not expecting anyone other than Sri Sansa, basically because she feels that his will be swayed having a chaperone next to him. He's about to offer him something. You sense that. You sense that she has been practicing for that moment for quite a long time. You feel that she's got tension in her. One she will not easily reveal. She will try to mask it. So, good eve. I didn't know you were bringing company with you, Elder. Ah, indeed. From what it looks like, those people were looking for me, and you actually showed them where I was, huh? Aisha looks quite distraught at that comment. Is Sri Sansa implying that she is the one who, who is to blame for you finding him? Did you want to stay out of sight? She nods. She can't say anything else. And then they both start talking. She expresses the need to carry on with that, with that matter that they got at hand ever since she relocated here to Southall. The need that she and Sri share the same, are on the same side. She tries to convince the elder to join her house. Please, elder, you need to seek reason. To see reason. Now that the Chantry is destroyed, we need to have a unified front. And Sri would make a comment that I will not go behind Edward Bainbridge at all. No, no, no. She's not interested in that either. She is offering now a a way into her own house. She leans closer to him and utters the name Karna. Then join our house, House Karna. Sri frowns as he gives it a second thought before he utters a reply, he turns to look at you. Out of the out of the fire and out of the frying pan and into the fire, one would say. But Sri doesn't say anything. He just looks at you, Thomas. Now, tonight's meeting was all about recruiting an elder to the side of the Tremere. But is that matter important now?
Listen, you wanted to get out of London. I'm sure we could facilitate that. If you want to stay here and play in the politics of the witches, you can do that as well. We just need the ring.
The ring, says Aisha. What ring? Sri doesn't say a thing. He allows you to deal with it.
Don't worry your pretty little head over it.
Right, it's not nothing you need to concern yourself with, ma'am. It's old business.
Hmm. Okay, you might be saying that, but let's find out how easy it is for you to just stave off your attempts. Should we roll your composure plus your etiquette, Thomas?
Posure and etiquette?
Mm-hmm. The target number for that should be 3. Not much.
You can give it a try. 3.
Oh, damn, yes! Indeed. You divert the subject and you withstand her prying questions. You don't say you don't say a thing about the ring, and she just drops the subject. The elder does not speak at all. So, says Sri, it looks like we have a way out. Then I say our deal is off. What? Will you will you brush me off for Mithras again? Preposterous. I didn't I didn't I didn't have you. I didn't believe that you were such a person, Elder, but one should always feel should always be surprised, especially when the cult of Mithras is in town. She stands up. Fine, you get your own deal. Do as you wish, do as you please. But keep that in mind. If and when, not if, when the cult betrays you, the Tremere have always given you. The Tremere gave you one chance. Now go with the child of the damned. Go with the Pentacle. And unless you want to respond or react in a way, Thomas, she will just leave the table.
She leave.
Yeah, she leaves. She abandons you. And oh no, Sri does not leave. He's staying there with you.
Right. I'll lean over to him. Yeah, she says something about the cult betraying you. Since we've awoken, it seems the cult has kind of fallen apart and betrayed what the original purpose was. So it's not even really that the cult has betrayed anybody, or is betraying anybody except themselves. We three seem to be the only ones who still stick to the old ways and the old tenets of the cult itself.
I only hope that this wasn't a mistake. Well, it looks like our entire clan has been fractured. I have absolutely no interest in watching this happening as the hunters invade and break each and every cell in each and every district of the city.
Hmm. I don't really keep up with the witches. We don't have the greatest of histories. Our
Oh,
clans.
oh, so you are a Chimisi. I understand. You see, I'm a Tremere too.
Oh, I know.
Our clans really have had quite of a history together.
Quite a bit.
But thank you for standing up for me just now. We only need to we only need to get going. I assume that your friends will be joining us, and probably they will have found out a way to accommodate my wishes. Eh?
Yeah, hopefully.
Now he stands. Well, he goes out. He stands actually, leave and get back to his car. Now, in the meantime, Christopher, what have you decided? Will you be joining your friends or not?
Do I still have the minus 2 dice penalty?
Yes,
That
until you get to, lord someone
mm,
over.
hmm.
So, what do you resolve to do?
No, so Christopher's in quite a bad state. He is going to send a message that he will be delayed
Hmm.
significantly,
Hmm.
and he is going to do his best to slake his thirst.
Okay. Once more, let's try that. Let's have you roll that.
Hmm.
But sadly, you're gonna be away from the next scene, though.
I understand. Honestly, with a 2 dice penalty and 4 hunger dice, Christopher would be a beast in a cage.
I totally sympathize with that plight. So yeah, let's proceed with the roll. By the way, do not apply a -2 on that roll because from what I understand, you try to, lord someone over when you try to, have sex or something.
I will make it like that, yes.
Mm.
Let's be a little more aggressive in this one. Now, the difficulty is 4.
The difficulty is 4, yeah.
I have 8 dice in this case. Can I take half?
Yes. I will happily allow you to do
Okay. Oh, thank Mithras.
so. Excellent. So in the end, you ended up to a different place, not a piano bar, right? What was it?
Hmm. I'm thinking between 2 options. Either a bit of a rowdy bar
hmm
or a very highbrow bar. Let's do the very fashionable place.
Of course, the best place for Sir Christopher to have sex tonight.
And the black credit card comes out this time. Fuck this.
I understand. And having mentioned that, Sextus, you're gonna be joining Thomas back,
Yes.
yeah, at Sri Sansa's house as they both drive there to Osterley. Now,
Quick,
yeah,
sorry, Babis, quick question.
of course.
Do I find 2 people that I can feed off?
Well, yeah, let's say you can. Yeah, you do.
I will slake 3 hunger in
Sure,
this case.
of course.
And that's it.
Yeah. By the way,
Gentlemen,
you can
hmm?
still offer your advice, Sir Christopher,
Mhm.
during that scene.
I just hope they won't. I just hope my friends will not need my dice rolls.
Mm.
Because today they've been shit! Anyway, moving on.
So you arrive at the house, and out there you see a moving company with some moving vans, and people are actually carrying some stuff from a lavish house. Outside, they are carrying some crates as they are moving, as the family is moving out of that place. Outside, you see them, the relatives of Sri Sansa. As you notice that they are all mortal, and beside them there is uh, one Hindu guy who runs close to you too. Amrish, what's wrong? Says she. And then you notice Amrish Bhakti, Shri's own trusted advisor. He leans closer to him and whispers something. Shri nods. And whilst these people are conducting their own little talk, we assume that Sextus, you arrive as well.
How have things been going, Thomas?
Rather slow. No major concerns on anything yet, but we'll see how it goes.
Then Sri turns to look at you two as he answers to his friends. And, no, 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 they're with me. Uh, by the way, Amrish, we'll need the jewelry box. What? Says Amrish. But uh, why would you need that? There, it is in one of those crates, but we can afford we can't afford not finding it. We will definitely need to find it as soon as possible, says Sri. He turns at you. Well, it looks like we'll need to wait a bit, but feel free to join me inside the house. As Sri bypasses his family members, he alleviates their concerns, letting them know that you are his friends. And then you enter the house. You are free to enter the house if you so like.
We'll lean over to Texas. We'll run around. It'd be easier if we could clear the kind out of here and I could just rip the boxes open and find it ourselves, but guess we gotta play along.
That is the agreement we made.
You notice that, yeah, go on, go on.
Why can't we ever do things the fun way?
So, Thomas, do you have Tiny with you?
No, Tiny is back home with the young one.
I remember the one in chains, huh?
No, well, no. Oh God, what was
Ah,
her name?
yeah.
Samantha?
Yeah, Samantha. Yeah, the new kindred, huh?
Yeah.
Excellent.
The one that the coterie doesn't know about yet. Yeah, that one.
Excellent. So, carrying on, you notice that unlike other vampires, Shree's family members, all mortal, are standing there just, keeping watch and keeping tabs of what's going on. It looks like that the moving company has finished for tonight and they are going away. They're gonna be resuming tomorrow. The family has specifically asked that they take their time whilst doing the move because it takes quite a huge deal of time to move all those treasures somewhere safe.
Well, may as well go inside.
So you can enter the house, and then Sri starts searching. He is searching from one crate to the other as he's getting out some jewelry boxes. And then those ivory boxes, made of ivory, right? And filigree and jade, so many gems and luxury metals. At one point, he opens one of those jewelry boxes, and then out of it pop gems, right? Like rubies, sapphires, golden chains as well. We're talking about treasures here. But as he's searching, as he opens one box after the other, Sri and his trusted ghoul friend, Amrish, cannot find the ring. Sextus and Thomas, you look at each other. As you ponder over this, give this a thought. Is this normal?
All these jewels, they can't find a simple ring.
Sextus is going to raise her hand and just be like, "May I offer my services to help you locate the object?"
He nods. Of course, says Sri, but it looks like he is losing his cool right now. In fact, you see him sweating beads of blood as he tries to find the relic. Why? Why such a strong emotion? Why such a frustration? That's the storyteller asking.
Can I do hmm. Can I shoot for an insight, see if he's stalling or if he genuinely cannot find this thing?
That's an excellent question. That's why I kept going, slowly, slowly, in case you wanted to roll an insight. Yes, please go on.
You got a target number for me?
Target number for that should be 3.
I want to browse again.
Ooh.
Since I succeeded last time, I still have a hunger dot to fill, so we're still good. I'm not going to frenzy, but
Can I also make that roll?
Of course you can. Yes.
now I am at 5
But now
hunger.
yeah.
Yeah.
You both
Now I gotta watch myself.
you both understand that Sri does not delay, does not is not doing this on purpose. He literally is not aware of where that ring is. In fact, he entrusted that to his friend Amrish, and Amrish should know where that might be. But as they open box after box, they can't seem to find it. As if the ring vanished off the face of the earth. As if the ring itself does not want to be found.
Did we step into Middle Earth?
The One Ring.
I've
Alright.
been wanting to ask Sri Sansa if he can spell out Golem for me.
Right.
Now, Sextus, you mentioned before that you wanted to offer your services to locate the object, correct?
Yes.
Is that still on the table?
Yes.
So,
Is
yeah.
is
go ahead.
Sri wearing any rings?
Who, Sri? Christopher, are you asking about Sri if he is wearing any rings?
Yes, but I'm not there, so
I would have told you. If he was wearing that already, yeah, I would have told you, yeah.
look, we are dealing with magic rings here, rings that don't want to be found.
Mm-hmm.
So
So she has two theories of what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
She wants, one of them is perhaps a heightened senses wouldn't work, would it? To see if Amrish has been replaced with a Nosferatu.
Ah, well, yeah. Heightened senses would help as far as weights and any role regarding perception is concerned. So yeah.
So wits plus perception
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd be adding my aspects.
Yeah, that would be great. Wits plus awareness, not perception. Wits plus awareness.
Awareness. Okay. Adding 4 die.
Mhm.
What would be the target?
I will not divulge
Okay.
only because I don't want to show you guys if what kind of thing is happening here.
I'll be willpowering that.
Excellent, excellent. Now you allow your senses to traverse to scan the entire room, and you try to discern any sort of odors, any sort of sounds that cannot be easily picked on. And then you you try to look for any sort of details amidst those treasure boxes. You are looking for a ring. And then as you are looking at Amrish, you try to disbelieve what you are watching. Is he obfuscated? Then you look at Sri. Is he obfuscated at all? Is the ring obfuscating around here? But truth be told, Sextus, you don't notice anything peculiar. It looks like the ring is indeed lost, has indeed been lost. How could it? Screams Sri, quickly dispelling the silence in the air. From all the places in the world, I have, I have, I've placed it here. I've put it in your hands, Amrish. How the fuck did you betray me? And he immediately proceeds to slap his friend. Damn you! Damn all of you! Sri, try to calm yourself, my friend. You're beyond yourself. I don't care what you say! Barks Sri, as he totally loses it. Now I won't get further into what he says, but he immediately demands that all of his relatives come down here and just, answer his questions. And all of a sudden, you see that man softly turning from a humane looking vampire into the lord of the territory that he calls his domain. And then you see from the central staircase, all 4 of his relatives come down. They do look at you as if they feel guilty about doing something. Now, Thomas and Sextus, any responses, reactions, or immediate actions that you want to take before the scene proceeds?
Hey, it's his house.
Hmm.
I feel like this might be an appropriate time for a premonition.
Excellent, excellent. Now mentioning that, let's proceed with that roll. So, invoking a premonition should be result plus aspects.
Yep. I get hungrier.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But with your critical success, you see something quite interesting. You see the ring dancing in the abyss. A, a silver ring with a ruby nesting prominently on its socket. There is an asp crawling around the ring. An
So is that an
Egyptian
asp?
asp, yeah.
Okay.
And you smell the incense and the sulfur in the air. At one point, there is a giant hand grasping the ring a gloved hand, one wearing leather gloves and an old raincoat, and the you
Sorry, you were breaking up there. I couldn't quite hear you.
so the hat, the hat, the hand belongs to the person, right? It is a gloved hand
Right.
wearing a raincoat and a top hat that reminds you of a Victorian era
Oh, this
attire.
motherfucker.
You feel that there is the breath of that person smells of reeks of blood. And then at one point he looks at you. You don't see his eyes, but he grabs the ring and throws it in your face. And you feel the impact, Sextus. The impact is enough for you to snap out of that reverie. But you feel the force of the impact, the force of the blow. But you don't feel no pain. In fact, you do feel a reddish, um, the reddish imprint forming on your face from where the ring hit you. Will the ring be given to you? Who knows? What do you make of it, Sextus?
He's just going to start softly growling and then relay as much of it as she possibly can to Sir Thomas.
He getting
Or
knighted, I
to
like.
Thomas. Yeah. We seem to have a problem.
Let me guess. It ain't here.
It ain't here.
And then Sri starts barking at each and every relative of his. Do you have it? No. Do you have it? No. And you realize that he is bordering at the edge of abusing his relationship to his relatives. And as soon as one is done, then he immediately ousts them back to their chambers. Get out of my face.
Uh, Three, if I may.
He doesn't turn to look at you, but you feel that you got his attention.
My colleague here is prone to seeing things that others cannot, even with gifts of our kind. The ring is not here. There's no need to abuse your family or your ghouls.
In
Not
front,
trying to tell you what to do with things in your own home, but no need to punish them for things that they didn't do.
in front of Sri stands his final relative, and that's his great grandniece. He turns to look at you. The ring is not here.
No. No, the ring is long gone. I saw leather gloves and raincoat. All too familiar.
Sounds like somebody that we know, someone who is long overdue for a decapitation.
Uh, you hear the female's voice. Uh, Uncle? Uncle. You turn to look at Sri's final relative, Satsinram, and as you say those words, you look at her hands. As I'm saying these, you notice, you spot the ring forming up, manifesting around her finger. But she is
Yeah.
as amazed, as stupefied as I am right now.
Ain't that interesting?
Hmm.
You see Sri turning at his great grandniece. You whore! And immediately, by finishing his sentence, he falls onto her and starts slapping her as violently as none would ever imagine, hitting her face so strongly that he starts drawing blood, popping teeth one by one. His friend tries to intervene. Sri, no, 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 no. How could you betray me? And he carries on slapping Satsinram with such a ferocity that you feel that it's going to be done for her.
Yeah. Keep the integrity of things going on. I think Thomas will go over and grab him up and pull him off of her.
Now, Thomas, let's proceed with that brawl plus strength. The target number for
And
that. Go on.
question: since I'm not doing it as a like an attack action to deal damage, can I add my prowess to this?
Certainly, of course, yes.
Okay.
Please succeed against a target number of 4 because right now you realize that Sri sees red. He is frenzying.
You said against a target number of 4.
4, correct.
I don't want to make this harder, but shouldn't Thomas also be making a frenzy check?
Because he has hunger 5, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
And he sees
And prowess
blood
is a.
coming out. Thank you so
Oh,
much, Sextus, for being for having such an integrity, my friend. Thank you. Please receive an experience point.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that too, Thomas.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Thomas,
We once had a girl.
Hmm.
Thomas, first off, I'll need from you to roll uh, your willpower to make
Right.
a frenzy check. So it's your remaining willpower with 1/3 of your humanity against a target number of 3. Is it 3 or is it 4? I think it's 3 because it's not a bloodbath. Yeah, 3 it is.
You said a third of my willpower.
A third of your willpower. Yeah, rounded up.
Shit, what the hell is a third of 5?
Out of humanity.
Of humanity,
Or
not
yeah,
willpower. Yeah,
energy. I'm
humanity.
sorry. Yeah. So
But
it'd
it's
be what,
rounded down,
2
so it
rounded.
should be
Oh,
yeah.
rounded down, so I'll only have 1. So this will be fun.
Thomas, as you smell the blood, he comes out. He needs blood. Should I grab control of your character, or will you be spending that willpower to hold this?
No, I'm gonna spend a willpower to hold him at bay. This is a delicate situation.
Yeah,
Also, I don't think I'm gonna use prowess because that'll require a rouse check, and I don't want to do this again. So,
yeah. So will you
uh,
try to stop Sri then?
yeah. And you said the target number was 4 for that.
Yeah. But since you are frenzying, I want you to be adding 2 more dice.
Oh, okay. Eh. Ah, too many. There we go. God.
Sadly, you can't willpower when you frenzy. You can't use your willpower to reroll the 3 dice when you frenzy.
No.
Ah. And you try to overpower Sri, and he immediately turns and pushes you away as you are thrust to the other side of the room, hitting a cabinet open. And when your back finds the wall, everything goes silent, and you immediately feel the damp, humid place that you find yourself in, Thomas. You remember the same thing, eh? That basement in Whitechapel back then. Thomas, do you remember how the room smelled like?
Like death.
Mm,
Rancid death.
indeed. And Sextus and Sir Christopher, you also smell the same thing, and you also see the same thing. But you are kept against your will. You are wrapped in chains around the pipe, and you feel helpless. Your legs are broken. Your ankles have been dislocated. Your kneecaps have been turned to the other side, and your hands have been broken from the wrist. You remember that all too well, Thomas. You were standing there, drenched in your own sweat, tears, and urine, because you couldn't relieve yourself in the bathroom, the toilet, or you remember? Do you remember when you were walking idly and then you got kidnapped? Do you remember that moment, Thomas?
Probably only vaguely.
If you do
I would
remember
assume
anything,
to,
do
I
you
was gonna
want?
say, I would assume to make it a lot easier, I would have probably been hit over the head, so.
Uh-huh. Do you remember the how intensely you vomited ever since you got hit in the head by that assailant?
It is not the finest moment of Thomas's life.
Yeah.
For sure.
You remember how afraid you were. Your beating heart couldn't betray your emotions. And then the door opened, and you saw the man in the leather coat and the leather gloves and the top hat. Hmm, you heard him saying, just a hum. And then he started descending those stairs one by one. And as he did so, you felt hope slowly drifting away. And then as you got pushed by Sri, he pushed you that hard with the back of his heel. And your back found the wall. What do we have here? You remember his fucking voice. That damn despicable French accent. And I only mention it as despicable because that man ended up being quite of a nightmarish Frenchman. You remember your son. Murder. One hanging out in Whitechapel. I will show to every British out there what it really means to receive punishment from a Frenchman. And what did he know? He actually abducted an American. You remember how intensely he punched you? Do you remember how helpless you felt? If you want to say anything, please interrupt. I don't want to monopolize that thing.
Yeah, no. Thomas totally felt like a caged animal, but definitely at this point hearing that, he's that's where you fucked up, Frenchie. I'm not even from here. You'd have known that if you heard the accent.
Still, you speak English. I would so much as carve a smile up your face. He takes out a bowie knife that you are familiar with. In fact, you actually used a bowie knife, but for a different reason. And then what the fucker did was he slit his wrist and let you have his blood. What the fuck? You remember how twisted that thing felt back then? And then as soon as he fed your blood, he fed you his blood, you felt your body regenerating. Your wrists got mended, kneecaps were whole, your feet were not broken. And once more, that night, he broke them again, just to hear you scream as vilely as possible. So you do remember how it feels to have your back hit the wall, because Leon Wayo actually taught you how it felt like to be dominated by your sire. And when he killed you, that's when he decided to embrace you. It was just it was just an accident. And Leon did not wish for your torment to end. Don't know that much. You do remember, including his touch. And I don't mean it in a sexual way. The way he grabbed your chin, and with a smile he told you, let go. And he tugged that cheek hard, and he pulled and pulled and pulled until your cheekbones obliged. You felt your bones cracking by his touch. He didn't even apply force. He simply he simply ordered your bones and your muscles to obey. You had to obey, and your body had to obey the will of a murderer. But that was way back then, in probably 1892.
Mm.
Anything that you want to add before you shake off that memory? No?
No, I don't think so. This next bit of scene is gonna be interesting.
And so, you shake that memory off your head, and you immediately find yourself frenzied once more as your temples burst by the by your beast's own fervor, and the slapping continues, But, Sextus, what about you? You are the only hope that reason can prevail here.
Give me 1 second while I decide what I'm gonna do. Been very much enjoying that little memoriam. I don't think she realizes Thomas's frenzying at this point. She is,
You gonna learn today.
yeah. She is going to attempt to pull Sri Samsa off of his niece, and she's going to be gloating as she does it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that's interesting. So, if you manage to succeed on that strength plus brawl test against a target number of 3, then I can give you the chance to gloat and probably
Okay.
have the Elder be at your disfavor. But still, that will count as your compulsion being resolved.
I'm also going to rouse the blood with that.
I'm wishing you all the best. May Cain be with you.
Difficulty of 3, was it?
Yes.
I'm gonna willpower that 1.
Wow.
Nope.
You
And
grab
the
Sri.
rounds,
Yeah.
and she gets hungrier.
You try to grab Sri's hands, and then the elder fends you off one by one. As you find yourself being flung over the couch. As your back hits at the glass table to the side, with your heightened senses on, you only realize, Sextus, that looking behind the window, you see a familiar face watching on the entire charade happening. You remember her, standing behind the bush, behind that window pane. Najma Elmi, a thin blood vampire, is looking at all of this charade going on. As Sri Sansa hits his knees once, twice, thrice, and then her screams just stop. As he's left with, just slapping a dead body. You, um, Thomas, you might, you might, you try to stand up. You feel your body heavy, not from the impact, but from the memory of Leon. And you shake off that memory from your mind. And the beast is still there, out there. It needs to drink all that blood down on the floor that mars the parquet, the lacquered wood. Now, will you spend a willpower, or should I have you drop onto the floor and start licking that blood?
Can I propose a third option?
Which is?
Seeing that he has pretty much marred this girl and thus ruining the potential that she could have had, can Thomas ride the wave and instead want Sri Sansa's blood?
And what? What? To do what to Sri Sansa?
To ride the wave of the frenzy
Mhm.
and attack Sri Sansa for his blood.
Okay, so Now, when the beast emerges, one is given the chance to either ride or submit. However, I can give you the chance to try to assume control
Right.
of your beast and ride the wave now. But I'll need a resolve plus composure roll at a target number of 4.
Here's my resolve. Ooh, this will be tough. Santa
Holy
Claus shit.
moly! Wow! 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 Okay, a bishop failure. It says a bishop failure, but
It's a
deep
messy
down,
crit.
it's a messy crit. Yeah, you know the nature of the messy crit. A messy crit can be counted as a failure, especially when it concerns a beast. But would you be willing to receive a stain for that thing?
Hell with it. I'm at 5 humanity. I'm not.
Hmm? What did you say?
Yeah, I said hell with it. I'll take it.
Of course,
I'm not
yeah.
too concerned about my humanity at this point.
Of course. So you receive a stain, and then you immediately realize that this tough beast that has, acquired control of your body can be reined in and used as a tool of distraction. And so you try to overcome its influence. And in the end, you only realize that there is a throne there is a throne onto your beast's head, one meant for you. And when you assume control, you feel that you are getting close to your actual vampiric nature. Now, feel free to consider yourself as as riding the wave.
Uh, yeah,
Yep.
we're just gonna go charging and just tackle Sri Sansa at this point.
So, Sextus, it looks like that Thomas is going to launch himself at three. What's your what's your what what will your action be regarding that?
You know what? She's just gonna let him do it.
Uh, are you going to try to help him, Thomas?
Oh, she's definitely gonna try to help.
Excellent. So, since Sir Christopher is away, I don't want to make this a combat scene. I will kindly ask from you to form a pool of dice and decide that with a roll. Do you agree on that?
Sure.
All right.
Excellent. Excellent. Both from Sextus and Thomas, right? Okay, cool. So I will need from you to roll your strength plus brawl. Feel free to rouse the blood, and if you're frenzying, add 2 more dice to that. And I want you both to use your successes to contribute to the whole, um, the whole task, so to say. So overpowering an elder can be a daunting thing, quite difficult, right? Now you will need for that thing. You're gonna be needing a normal person should need 6 successes, but now that it concerns 2 different people, I will increase the difficulty because you contribute together to that success thing with 9 successes. To 9 successes. You will need 9 successes to overpower Sri Sansa and decide whether you want to kill him or
Riding the wave,
And
can I still rouse to use a discipline?
not. Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay. I will use prowess on this.
Mhm.
And
Well,
I'll hit another browse.
it is a combat roll though, right? Is prowess used for
Oh no,
non-combat?
that's right. Yeah, because I still have to. No, I still have to use it for. I can use it for unarmed
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
I can only use half for
Yeah.
melee, but it's unarmed.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna double
So
check this real quick. I think that's the way it works. Let me look at it real fast.
What's your question, Sextus?
no, I'm just thinking. She doesn't really have any combat skills.
Okay.
But I
Unarmed damage and
believe
feats of strength. Okay.
her Dex plus melee
Yes, you
would
can.
be.
If you get out a dagger or something, yes, you can.
She does have her knife. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
So,
And we're not rolling against the difficulty. We're just trying to get 9, right?
Yeah. Altogether.
Okay.
Wishing you all the best, all the luck out in the world.
Dex plus melee.
5 successes.
And because I'm riding the wave, I don't get to willpower those, correct?
Correct.
Well,
We got 7 successes.
can I actually willpower that?
These are hunger dice, I'm afraid. Only your
Oh
one
yeah,
luck
yeah.
die. Yeah.
Never mind.
We got 7 successes. And you need 9. I won't lie, as we zoom out of the scene, we immediately hear what's going on in that mansion. The pushing, the shoving, the punches, the stabbing. Moments ago, you ended up having, well, you started having a normal discussion, a pleasant conversation. And as we just allow the camera lens to traverse the area and focus on the approaching Sir Christopher, who just had an awesome time hunting, Christopher, you arrived outside of the outside of the manor of Sansa Manor, and you hear a violence.
What in the fuck just happened? Okay, move number 1. Immediate message to my ghoul because it's high time he made himself useful.
You see that most of of the windows are marked by blood. Something is not right. Are the hunters here?
So, I give the place a quick one over. This would be a perception check. I want to see an awareness check. Sorry, I want to see what I'm up against.
Are you entering the manor, or are you checking around the perimeter?
I'm right outside the door, right outside the house. I'm in the grounds,
Mhm.
checking around.
You don't need to roll anything. No dice. You see blood. You see bodies scattered on the floor. They are not the bodies of your friends. And,
Okay,
and at the center of the room stands Siri with his back turned against you. He's not moving. He's not flinching.
okay. Immediate call to Arthur.
Arthur, um, Arthur assures you that he is underway. You can send him the pin to your location.
Yes.
And
Actually, no, I'm not sending a pin. I'm telling him the address. things can be monitored.
Mhm.
Might need to procure new burners. So, next move. Sir Christopher draws his pistol, attaches the suppressor, keeps it in hand, keeps the finger off the trigger. Moves into the house.
As you open the
Very
door,
slowly.
Mhm. You open the door and you smell blood everywhere. You see many Punjabi people killed, spattered open. Blood escaped from their nostrils, their eyes. And in the middle of the main hall, Sri is just chanting a pacifying mantra, a prayer. Now I will not try to reproduce this, but it goes like along the way, like Nazirambra, and something like that. An om that will pacify him. And as you enter the room, you feel the atmosphere gets ionized, and you look at the either side of the room, and you see Sextus and Thomas standing there, unflinching, unmoving, with a stake in their heart.
The first thought that goes through Sir Christopher's mind is to put a bullet through Sri Sansa's, and then to continue pulling the trigger until there are no bullets left, and then reload
He
and keep doing
turns. He immediately turns, as if he tries to catch you off guard. And you see his blood red eyes, tears of regret, probably. Him being an actual avatar of Vishnu, the deity of change.
I don't point the gun at him. The gun is safely pointed to the ground, my finger away from the trigger. What happened?
He extends his hand and presents you with a ring. I will be showing the ring to you just now. There it is. The ruby ring. You needed that, didn't you? You came for that.
I came for you. I came to help you. What on earth happened here?
It doesn't matter anymore. I've
Was it?
reached the point of no return. He says, as he brushes you off. Well, not brushes you off, but tries to walk past you outside of the house. Will you let Sri Sansa go?
You can't leave. This is a mess that we have to clean up. This was your family, for God's sake.
You see that the man's dual nature emerges, resurfaces. As the avatar that has um, possessed him tries to combat him away, the man is suffering, clearly from the very murderous nature of his beast that reminds him of who he actually is. But could you persuade the beast to get out? So
Oh,
Christopher,
yes. But first, safety on the gun, seizing it. And then yes.
So let's proceed with that. So that should be a manipulation plus persuasion roll. You need
Manipulation
the
plus
humane
persuasion.
city outside. Otherwise, you might end up like your friends here.
Okay, so give me a moment. Manipulation plus persuasion.
Mm,
I am also going to use my presence for this.
excellent. My question is, do you want to overpower the man's the man's force of personality, Sir Christopher? If yes, then you will not need to remove 2 dice of your pool.
No, I actually want to soothe him.
I see. Then
Un-
in that case,
Unfortunately, I
yeah,
need to soothe him this time. So yeah, minus 2 dice.
minus 2 dice.
Uh, so can I use or do I have to use entrancement in this case?
All can be used for persuasion rolls. So right
Uh,
now you are rolling your persuasion, right?
I'm going
Manipulation.
to use all in this case.
Sure.
So, persuasion, manipulation, difficulty.
The difficulty for that should be 5. Sorry, but
Okay.
we are talking about an elder here, yeah. So you understand that these difficulties are quite high.
Yeah, it makes sense. I have 7 dice. I'm going to rouse for this.
Yeah, Christopher, that's great.
Yeah, I'm going to exert all my willpower here.
Yeah.
Let's do this. I'm at 9 dice. Come on, do not betray me today.
Damn, yeah, 7 successes. That's a damn messy critical again.
Oh no.
Come on!
Yes. Yes, it has a 10 on the hunger. Yeah. But it's okay. I mean, you got 7 successes. Now, please describe to us all what takes place, Christopher.
Give me just one moment, please. Let me roll my rouse check.
Mhm.
I'm getting hungry because, of course, I am. I can't succeed for shit today. Uh, anyways, so Christopher is becoming soothing. He is becoming a safe harbor in the sea of, in the angriest sea that Sri Sansa has ever needed to sail, apparently.
Mhm.
I remind him of his duty to
Mhm.
what appears to be his family.
Mhm.
I remind him of his duty to himself.
Mhm.
I remind him that that he does not deserve this.
Mhm.
I remind him of his humanity.
It will pain him a lot, reminding him of his dual nature and of the humanity that lies somewhere in his body. Due to the nature of the messy critical, you should suffer one of the following things. Compulsion could resurface. The masquerade could be breached. You might end up getting stains, or you can have the following: an aggravated point of, well, no, 2 aggravated points of uh, uh, damage, of physical damage. Will you accept that, Christopher.
Does that translate to Sri Sansa attacking me, actually?
Sri Sansa will touch you, and the Deva inside him will sear your flesh. As it resists, as it tries to fade away, it will try to unleash its wrath onto you, but it will fail because by exerting this kind of energy, it will be swiftly replaced by Sri's humanity. Is that a cost that you are okay in receiving?
I believe you have your answer.
Hmm.
Wait a moment. Let me check something because I do have fortitude. But I do have only fortitude. Okay, good. Yes, I'm taking it.
And then Sri's eyes start crying blood. No, no, you don't get to talk to him. It's me now. It is I, the one. And then, as he tries to lord or you over, he touches you, and you feel his touch, searing, painful, scorching. As
And
you,
I hug him.
mm, and you, what?
And I hug him.
Damn, damn you, fucker. You feel your body suffering from Sri's own caress until it is done, and its humanity emerges once more as he starts sobbing, unconsolably so. It's just the two of you in among that carnage. Before we carry on, there might be a great chance for you to actually undo mistakes from your friends.
Right.
I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
So Christopher just goes right under his breath. He picks Sri Sansa up, places him on an armchair, and goes to remove the stakes from his friends.
Sextus and Thomas, you are back in the game. Apologies for that thing. You just had to do, an elder right. The
Would have
good
had
thing.
him.
One time, I am gone. Just once. I can't leave you kids alone to do anything, can I? As I offer my hand to bleh, to Thomas so that he gets up.
I could have had him.
No, no, you couldn't. I warned you about this, and apparently,
He beat a little girl's face in. Christopher, what the heck did you want me to do? Stand by?
exactly what you did. But you didn't have him. You couldn't have had him.
Yeah, I could have.
You're lucky you're still with us, and he just faked you. But this is neither here nor there. Let's get Sextus. Help is already on the way. My ghoul is going to be here soon. He has more experience than all of us combined in these things.
Why you're good, not a vampire?
Hmm?
No, that's just a question. Why isn't your ghoul a vampire if you're so able?
Because he's too bloody useful.
Mhm.
And because, weirdly enough, Sir Christopher is avert to turning people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fun. Especially when you get them to wake up and kill their friends,
Yeah. There may be a day when Arthur will join our ranks, but it will mean something fundamentally changing within Christopher. And he also didn't become a vampire because what was her name? Maimola, the keeper of the Elysium. Come on,
Yeah,
Uh,
Scarlet Churchill.
something Churchill. Thank you.
Scarlet
God,
Churchill was
I knew it was
instructed.
something Churchill.
Yeah.
Scarlet was specifically instructed not to turn him. Anyways, so you found out exactly what the ring is capable of.
Yeah.
Should have expected it. I don't know why I didn't.
I'm not sure, but we should definitely probably not keep that thing around each other.
I'm not sure of that just yet. There may be a way to overcome this. The blooding may have been a way to actually unite us in this. It's a possibility that I'm willing to entertain. It's a demon that I'm certainly willing to take upon myself. This is neither here nor there, not yet. This is a more pressing matter. Traditionally, it would be our friends who live in the sewers who would be taking care of cleanup operations.
Oh, I don't think we can trust them with this, can we?
Yeah, absolutely not. Is anyone here alive?
Absolutely no one. All of the Sansas are done for.
In a sense, this is better for Sri. It will be much easier to leave and start anew. This is not a fate I would wish upon anyone. Where is the ring?
Oh, he gave it to you. He
Oh,
gave it to you. Yeah.
I didn't even pay attention to it at the time.
No worries, no worries. It can be found in your handouts once more. Let me show it to you. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
A single piece of silver, and it is inset with a large, flawless oval ruby that shines with the color of fresh blood. On the inner surface of the ring, there is a fine inscription in Egyptian hieratic script, which roughly translates to "From goddess to god, cursed and blessed forever."
Traditionally, there is only one way to defeat treachery, to beat treason. Do you trust me? I ask my coterie.
I have thus far. I see no reason not to in this.
Thomas,
I'm too tired to fight anyway.
it's not what I asked, my friend. Do you trust me?
I guess I have to. Have so
No.
far.
No, not you have to. You choose to. This is how we beat this. We choose. to trust each other with our existence, as I will trust you to end mine when the time comes.
Christopher, I trust you.
And I trust you. As I put on the ring in the left hand
Mhm,
ring finger.
mhm. And as you do, all three of you feel a jolting sensation as your body experiences something quite familiar to you. You immediately feel like you are back in time,
Again!
in that manor in Mayfair. Tree Sunset close to you. He's just finishing off his talk with Abraham Mellon. Yes, I will, says she. I will. I will join your cult. Excellent, says Abraham. We will reconvene in a couple of hours then, Mr. Sansa. Make sure that you've got all your stuff ready. The carriage will be leaving in a couple of hours. I will let the Marchioness know. She doesn't say a thing, and then he looks at you. You know, yet he doesn't. And all of a sudden, yeah, go on, go on. Someone wanted to say something? I heard something.
Nope.
It was just my idea then. And then you hear a voice. Oh, Mr. Sansa, is it? Says a woman. And then immediately you see her. I do apologize for interrupting you, fine people. I'm Lady Ophelia Merritt, she says. She introduces herself as Lady Merritt. She is quite of a socialite, this one. From what you understand, she frequents so many parties. And now she flatters Sansa. He's got a soft spot for flattery. You found that out earlier tonight. And she asks all the wrong questions, addressing them solely to Sansa. Sorry, without paying attention to you at all. You look at her.
I'm
Mhm.
paying attention to Sansa in this case. The moment that he shows disgruntlement, I'm going to rush in for the save.
Mm. Now, the man is clearly uncomfortable. And then Ophelia keeps on asking him, as I said, all the wrong questions. What is he here for? How long has he been here? Uh, she, you even realize that she's on the verge of asking him, "Are you a vampire?" question, and then you immediately notice a glint in her eyes, one that will not allow so, Sri, yeah, to move away from where he's standing. I got you, Tremere. She drops the she drops the British accent. Not that I had any, but you understand. She had one. Now she doesn't. She closes in. I will drain the blood of each and every one of you. You'll just need to know. You'll just need to wait. My husband will undo you all. And when you turn to look at where she was, she's not there. Has she obfuscated away? Herself away? Was she? And then, Sri, who just opened his palmed hand and looked at it at his hand. A ring. A ring nesting in its palm. The ruby ring. And with that thing, you once again feel the jolt. Back to our reality. I don't know if you have
Wait,
the. Mhm. Go.
wait. Did Ophelia give Sansa this ring? The ring I'm now wearing.
Yeah, probably.
What the hell did we just see?
Sri turns to look at you. You saw the truth. You saw the blatant and absolute truth. I saw this through your eyes. I saw myself. I remember. I remember that as soon whilst I was looking in her eyes, I could not move my lips. And she spoke to me. But you did not hear those words, did you? You heard some other words.
My husband will undo you all.
Yet she said something else in my mind. Her name. That I was doing all that I was doing for her purpose only. Am I? Am I really doing what she has ordered me to?
Conditioning can persist for decades. This is something my bloodline knows well. From a goddess to a god. Babis, who
Yes.
was Mithras' consort?
Okay. Should we roll occult or politics on that? That's quite of a far-fetched thing. Only select few would know. That could be a 5 difficulty roll of intelligence plus said skill, either politics or occult. You name it.
I'm guessing that the specialty I have in Camarilla court does not apply here, correct?
Sadly not. Yeah, sadly. Well,
Okay, makes sense.
wait a minute. No. Technically, this was a Camarilla court.
You know what? I'm going to roll them both because there is a good chance
Mhm.
that they were different people or they were the same person masquerading as one. So I'm going to delve into my memories of both.
You mean of who? Of Mithras?
Of Mithras and his consort. So I'm
Let's
going
see
to
what the
roll
roll ends up
intelligence and politics. Difficulty of 5.
with. Fuck me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The name quickly appears in your mouth, comes to your mouth. Alas, Sri Sansa is not able to utter it even. He will not utter the name uh, that he has been by whom he was conditioned. So you remember, Mithras had only one consort during that time, and Lady Ophelia, she was masked as Lady Ophelia married indeed, a British socialite. In the end, the newspapers claimed that she committed suicide but the tabloids would comment on that she left Britain for the USA, eloping with a prominent actor. Now, Lady Ophelia married. It was a mask, the mask for Kemintiri, the Setite Methuselah, the ancient the ancient pharaoh of the old. A child, can you believe a child to Set himself?
Child of
Mithra,
Seth, the child of Adatha.
Mithras
Fitting.
did not trust Kemintiri, and so he needed her out of the court. In fact, this very moment was her parting gift, granting a ring to Sri Sansa, addressing Mithras in that ring. The barb quite clear and quite apparent that she is here no matter what. And that is the main reason why there are no ministry, sorry, there are no ministry vampires in Britain, at least in London, right? They're not they're not welcome by the edict of Mithras. Now what to do with that ring? You hear the horn of Arthur's car. Your ghoul is here to just, pack everything up. It'll take you some time, but in the end, everything is gonna be fine and dandy.
We need to set up an appointment with the Thomas as soon as possible.
Say what?
I need to set up an appointment with Pater Thomas as soon as
Oh,
possible.
Patrick Thomas.
Yeah, not Thomas
I was
Wilkins.
like, sure.
This ring. Why would Mithras give this ring to Sri Sansa? Steeped in treachery. It cost him everything.
Maybe that's why.
That's quite interesting. A quick turn of events. But in the end, you are only one relic close to your goal. As you amass those relics, you feel that the time goes against you, especially now with that ring resting in your hands. Why would Mithras give that ring to Sri Sansa? Why would he give his seal to the queen? Why would he give his cup to Winlian? So many questions that will be answered soon enough. Because insofar, all the recipients have encountered immense tragedies. And by mentioning that, we'll stop for tonight. As we're gonna put an end to tonight's session, and we brace on for the final, not finale, but the final move against the world. Unless you don't want.
Finally.
Mhm. But we're only gonna find out what's gonna happen in the next episode. Okay. Once again, thank you so much for attending tonight. Thank you so much for playing tonight. And before we go, I want to give each and every one of you 3 experience points. One for attending, a second one for role playing, and a third one for learning something quite interesting that the bearers of the artifacts of Mithras were in fact tasked with a rather unfavorable task.
Babis, I
Yes,
also fulfilled my desire.
yes, indeed. And for that, you also get 1 experience point. So,
I'm sorry. Did you say 3 or 4? I missed that part.
three, three.
3, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. I'm checking on your desires. I see that Sextus' desire will be happening in a bit. And yeah, Thomas, we expect your desire to. We're gonna find out some things about your desire next time.
Yeah, it'll be
Of
fine.
course, of course. Thank you so much for today's game, people. As always, you are fantastic. You're awesome. I'm gonna take a leave, and I'm gonna see you all next time.
Right.